Welcome back to the morning show here on Outrage News. Joining us now after the review of the newspapers is Oji Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Oji.
Hi, Dr. Abati.
How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I've missed that wave. Hi, Leila. Good morning.
Oji. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, let's begin what's trending today with an exciting news in sports. Nigerian Milwaukee Bucks forward, popularly known as the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokunmpo has been named NBA's most valuable player of the year. The 24-year-old gave an emotional acceptance speech after becoming the youngest MVP in 8 years.
Giannis Antetokunmpo. I'm nervous, okay. So first of all, I want to thank God for blessing me with this amazing talent. I wouldn't, be in this position that I am today. I want to thank my team. First of all, I want to thank my teammates. It takes more than one person to win 16 games. Every time I walked to the locker room, I saw my teammates, they were ready to go to fight. I want to thank my dad. Obviously, my dad is not here with me, but two years ago, I had the goal in my head that I'm going to be the best player in the league. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help my team win, and I'm going to win the MVP. And every day that I step on the floor, I always think about my dad, and that motivates me and it pushes me to, play harder and move forward.
Well, an extraordinary achievement.
I was so excited when I saw that. And you know that they weren't even in the finals. He pushed the team, and now he got the MVP award.
Well-deserved recognition.
Very well-deserved.
And he's the about the second person from the Milwaukee Bucks.
He's actually the first from the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
And he will be the first Greek to get the award, and the second Nigerian. He was born to Nigerian parents. That's why, we call him.
The family migrated.
Yeah, the family migrated to Greece when they were young. And, he's a typical rags to riches story. And
my concern is his surname. His profile says his parents decided to give their children Greek names when they settled down in Greece. Because that name, Antetokunmpo.
Antetokunmpo. I feel like it's a mix of It's a nice merge.
That must be Antetokunmpo.
Yes. Maybe.
They have chosen to Greekify.
Yes.
Because if they are Nigerians, we don't have such a name, in the Yoruba part. But when you pronounce it, you get a sense of what you are saying. So it's actually maybe Giannis Antetokunmpo.
Antetokunmpo. That's what I tell my son the same thing.
Role model for young people, either in Greece or in Africa or elsewhere. Hard work pays.
Yes, he has given Nigeria another name after Akeem Olajuwon. Remember, he was an MVP. Remember that? All right. Well, still here in Nigeria. The internet yesterday was abuzz after Bologna politician Tonya Cole shared his flight experience on how Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka was asked to vacate a seat by a passenger on board. Mr. Cole, the former group executive director of the Sahara Group Energy, had taken to his Instagram page to narrate how a young passenger insisted that the foremost playwright must leave the window seat that was assigned to him, despite pleas from the cabin crew and himself. Nigerians on social media had mixed reactions to the post, with many criticizing Tonya Cole for calling out the young man who was only asking for his rightful seat. I'm going to leave this up to you, Dr. Abati, to analyze, because I think people on social media were just really attacking Tonya for, posting such, I think, and mostly they say it's the Yoruba people because he's Yoruba and the culture says that you have to get up for a seat for an elderly man.
Well, I mean,
it was just a ridiculous...
it's a question of perspective.
Right.
I think Tonya Cole should not be blamed for bringing this up in the public domain, for calling out the young man. He must have been shocked that there will be any young Nigerian who would not know Professor Wole Soyinka, who is a Nobel laureate in literature and one of the shining stars, one of the role models, one of the icons, that Nigeria has on the global stage. ordinarily you will expect that a man like that should be accorded respect. Professor Soyinka may have taken the window seat, not deliberately, but you will have expected that a younger person will recognize him and just defer to him. In any case, he's a senior citizen also.
Yes.
And in various parts of the world, senior citizens are usually
accorded
respected.
that type of respect.
But I don't think that Professor Soyinka would make any issue out of it.
I don't think he did.
So
I think that he quietly got up and
moved to the I seat.
Right.
And in any case, it's not a big issue for him.
But
1 hour flight.
Right.
So if the young man wanted to assert himself, and he did so, I don't think it takes anything away from Professor Wole Soyinka.
Right. But then there's another twist to the story. Did you see that post of the one TV guy, Tosin Ogundre, if I pronounce his name properly? He posted that he had autism spectrum and that he was the guy who didn't want to give up his seat for Wole Soyinka. I don't know if you saw that, but he's come out to say that, he wasn't really the one who did it. He wanted to give the young man a voice because he was assassinated by the media. It was such a ridiculous story with the whole
But in any case, I mean, it's about culture,
Yes.
It's about respect for elders, but I don't think it takes, as I said, anything away from the Nobel laureate.
Correct. All right, let's head over to France now, where some Muslim women are disobeying the rules at a local swimming pool by wearing burkinis. In a protest inspired by U.S. civil rights pioneer Rosa Parks, these women bathed in the community pool in their burkinis, with many members of the community cheering and applauding them for doing so. Burkinis are banned in France and are regarded as a symbol of political Islam. Last month, Operation Burkini was launched by a group made up of some of those women called the Citizen Alliance of Grenoble to defend what they say is the right of the Muslim women. These women are championing what they hope will overturn the ban of burkinis in France.
Well, you are quite right. The burqa, the veil,
Yes.
the burkini, all of these are associated with political Islam.
Yes.
And the point is that, look, when you cover up like that, you look different. Other people who are in public places may be disturbed.
Yeah.
And, this alliance that you refer to, Alliance Citoyenne,
Yes.
they say as citizens, they have the right also
They do have the right.
bath in,
And I
to
feel like
swim
we're in the
public
Stone
swimming pools.
Age. I mean, why would they be banning these people? These are their rights.
It looks like a kind of discrimination. However,
Complete
you must note that they
discrimination. I
were
don't agree
questioned.
with it.
Those women were questioned by the police.
Yes,
and
because
they were fined 35 euros.
it's against the law, and they were fined $45. That's 35 euros. You're right. And I mean, I just feel like it's ridiculous that France at this point is using that as a measure to.
But it didn't start today. The controversy has been on since about 2016, when the mayor of Cannes first, banned the wearing of the burkini.
Oh well, I hope they succeed with these activism and the.
I like the way they stood their rights, though, honestly.
Correctly. Well, let's head over to the UK. Boris Johnson, one of the two men who could become the United Kingdom's next prime minister, is under pressure over an alleged domestic dispute with his girlfriend, Carrie Simons. In the early hours of Friday last week, the police was called to an alleged altercation at the South London home, which he shares with his girlfriend, and he has repeatedly refused to answer questions over what happened when the police was called. The incident has raised serious questions in the UK, not just over Johnson's character, but to what point a future prime minister's private life becomes off limits to the public.
Can you just tell us what happened at your partner's home a couple of nights ago?
I would love to tell you about all sorts of things, Laura, but I've made it a rule over many, many years, and I think you've interviewed me loads of times. I do not talk about stuff involving my family, my loved ones, and there's a very good reason for that. And that is that if you do, you drag them into things that really is not fair, in a way that is not fair on them.
I think he's absolutely right. I mean, people's private lives are people's private lives. But also, he should also remember that now he's in the public eye, and if he wants to become prime minister, he has to really, set a good precedence in his private life.
Well, the question is, does a future prime minister have a private life? Some of the, commentators on the incident have been saying, well, if he's going to be prime minister, then, the public deserves to know a lot more about him and his private life. You realize that since as far back as 2014, You know, Boris Johnson's private life has been since about 2004,
Yes.
has been in the public domain.
Correct.
How many children does he have? Does he have extramarital children? But what has happened, which is in the front pages of the newspapers today in the UK, is that, you know, there is a picture of him and Carrie Simmons on the front page of the Daily Mirror.
And people are speculating how the hell that picture came up. How did that picture came up?
And they are trying to show that their relationship is as strong as ever. And, you know, one other paper says, carry on.
Yes, I mean, the picture, the images.
But there's also been another side to it. The
Yeah.
gentleman who called the police, Tom Penn and his wife,
Yeah.
you know, the Boris team, they've been saying that, look, these are remain voters.
Yes,
and that, you know, they have done this in order to embarrass, you know, a well-known Brexiteer who is on his way to becoming a prime minister.
Right.
But I think that, you know, in due course, the story will get off the front pages and it will not have any effect whatsoever on the prospects of Boris Johnson become prime minister.
I hope so too. Let's take a story under entertainment. Today marks the 10th anniversary of late singer Micheal Jackson. In a new documentary killing Micheal Jackson, 3 detectives who led his death probe have broke their silence. The documentary, which was released in the UK on Saturday, looks at the singer's death and the events surrounding it.
Well,
He continues to rest.
I know.
thank you, Oji.
Oji, thank
you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.